Hello everyone, if you are new, my name is Marin. Welcome to what will hopefully be a weekend reading vlog. It's been a couple of weeks since I've done a vlog, so let's kind of rewind and catch up. So the last vlog I posted was my final week of summer break. I will link that vlog up above. It did not go up on my normal upload day because I was kind of considering it an extra video. But then I did not actually post the video that was supposed to go up on Thursday. I waited until Sunday. So things are a little out of whack right now with my posting schedule, so apologies. I also said in that video that I would be filming a video for round 8 of the final book support group, and I didn't do that. Time just got away from me. I just could not keep up with that, and actually that week I did like very little reading, so there wouldn't have really been a whole lot to vlog. So yes, the start of the school year was a bit crazy. I'm going to talk more about that in an upcoming video or maybe a previous video depending on when the videos go up. But anyway, it's been very busy. It is Saturday. The students come back to school Monday. So I have today and tomorrow, and then students start Monday. So I'm kind of scrambling, trying to get ready for the first day. And I've been spending a lot of time up at my school trying to get the library put together. So because of that, reading has kind of taken a back seat. I have finished some books this month. So I have finished Blacktop Wasteland by S.A. Cosby. I listened to that one on audio, gave it 4 stars. I enjoyed it. I also read Persepolis volumes 3 and 4, which in the bind up is Persepolis 2, I believe. The Journey Home or The Return or something like that. The Story of a Return. Here's the cover. I can't remember what it's called. I did read that one for the final book support group. Gave that one 3.5 stars. Wasn't my favorite. Still good, just not my favorite. I also finished the audiobook of Aurora Burning by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. That one was also not my favorite. I didn't like it as much as the first book. 3.5 stars for that one. But it ends in a way that makes you want to read the third book. So I'm hoping to get to that next month. And then today I finished listening to the audio of Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Shauna McGuire, which is the second book in the Wayward Children series, which I actually quite enjoyed, giving it 4 stars. Am going to read book 3. Did not see that coming because I didn't really like the first book, but the second book like made up for it. So I'm going to give book 3 a go at some point. So that's what I've read in the first 2 weeks of August. We are now moving into week 3, and I have a lot to read for my monthly TBR because again, reading kind of took a back seat. So in this vlog, my goal is going to be to finish A Twisted Love Story by Samantha Downing. This is her newest release. This is the August pick for the Literally Dead Book Club. I read For Your Own Good a couple years ago, quite enjoyed that one. So I'm curious to see what I will think about this one. This one's got a pretty low rating on Goodreads, like a 3.4. So to me, that means that it's kind of divisive or just potentially mediocre. So either everyone's like giving it 3 stars or there's a lot of like extremes, 1 stars, 5 stars. I haven't looked. It's a thriller. I like to go into those kind of without knowing a whole lot about them. In fact, I don't even know what this is about. So it says, this is a reckless, delicious thriller that gives a whole new meaning to the dangers of modern dating. So it starts out, Wes and Ivy are madly in love. They've never felt anything like it. It's the type of romance people write stories about. But what kind of story? When it's good, it's great. Flowers, grand gestures, deep, meaningful conversations where the whole world disappears. When it's bad, it's really bad. Vengeful fights, damaged property, arrest warrants. But their vicious cycle of catastrophic breakups and head-over-heels reconciliations needs to end fast because suddenly Wes and Ivy have a common enemy. And she's a detective. There's something Wes and Ivy never talk about, in good times or bad, the night of their worst breakup when one of them took things too far and someone ended up dead. If they can stick together, they can survive anything, even the tightening net of a police investigation. Because one more breakup might just be their last. So definitely different vibes than For Your Own Good. That one was about a teacher and a person who should not have been a teacher. Like, he got up to some crazy stuff. So I'm curious to see what I will think about this. I did mark where I was like hoping to get to today. It's already like 2:46 because I've been doing some school stuff. So we'll see, but I am hopeful that I can finish this weekend because I have lots of other things that I need to read. I've only read one book that was actually on my August TBR. This is another one, but yeah, I'm not doing so well with like the required reads. So anyway, that's what we're going to be reading in this vlog. But before I can start that, I have to lesson plan for the first week of school because I have not done it because I've been working on trying to get the library space usable and organized because it was very, very messy and I just couldn't function. So that's what I've been focusing on, trying to get it decorated to a nice point because it was very blah and uninteresting, and trying to get the books organized because they were a hot mess. Capital H, capital M, hot mess. So that's what I was doing instead of planning. So I've got to do that for this first week, and I'm going to be filming a separate video. By the time this video that you're watching has gone up, that one will be up. So let me link that one up above, but that's gonna be me planning for the first week of school. And because I need to do that, the reading has to, again, take a back seat. So I am hoping to at least get 100 pages of this read. When I've gotten to page 100, I will come chat with you and give you an update. Let me see what chapter that would be. It looks like the chapters are quite short. So it's going to be chapter 22. So I'm going to be on chapter 22 when I come, do a little update. That will be page 102. So this much, then I'll come chat with you, give you my thoughts, and then I'm gonna read hopefully like another 100-ish pages and get to chapter 41 for today so I can finish the last half tomorrow. But first, I have to lesson plan. So I'm gonna sign off here. As I said, you will hear an update when I have one. I'll bring you along on anything else I happen to get up to this weekend, but I will chat with you later because I have to do some work. Hello everyone, happy Sunday. So I have a tiny reading update. I did not get very much of this read yesterday, y'all. I'm only on chapter 12, which is page 54. So I did not get to the section that I was really hoping to get to. Things were quite busy yesterday. I was working on a lot of like school prep and things like that, which obviously take precedent. So I'm gonna try to chip away at this today and have this done. This may carry over a couple of days into the week. We'll just play everything by ear, but I am hopeful that I can finish this up in the next couple of days at least. As you saw, the audiobook hold for Big Little Lies finally came in from my library. Y'all, I put that on hold in like April, because I think it was on my April TBR, and it just came in. We're in August. So this one has a very long waiting list, but I really want to do it via audio just so I can like listen to it and get through it probably in a more timely fashion than I could if I was gonna read it. This one's kind of chunky. Let's see how many pages it actually has. 458, so almost 500 pages. So this one's hefty. Now I will say there are some like interview things that are stuck like throughout the chapters, so that breaks it up a little bit. I'm not really sure what exactly is going on. We know someone has died. I don't know who it is. I don't know why. None of that. We're still in the introduction because right now I've only listened up to chapter 6, but I am going to be listening to this as I run errands today. That's going to be a whole other video, so I will link that up above if you'd like to check it out. But yes, I am hopefully going to get more of this read. My initial thoughts are that Wes and Ivy are two of the most toxic people I have ever been introduced to in a book. They have this on-again, off-again relationship, and in the book right now, they have once again decided to be on again, but they are like horrible for each other. And we haven't even really experienced like the drasticness that was mentioned in the synopsis yet, but you can already tell that they are terrible for each other. They should not be together. And they're not my favorite. I think they would be okay if they were like by themselves, but together they're just horrible. So there was like a scene where they're at this party. Yeah, they're at this party and they like have this game that they play with each other where they like will talk to someone else. So Wes is talking to another woman, Ivy's talking to another guy, and then they like play with each other's emotions and see who is going to like cut the conversation short to go back to their actual partner. Like, it's just very toxic already. You can just tell this is just not a good relationship. So I'm curious to see where this is going, what the point of this is. I did look at a few ratings on Goodreads. There were definitely some 5 stars. There were a couple 1 stars that I saw, lots of 3 stars. So that's kind of where that mediocre rating is coming from, I think. It's like mostly 3 stars. So we'll see where I fall. I'm not giving up on it, but definitely be forewarned, these characters are something. So I am hoping to read more of this, but right now it's 11:14. I have to go run some errands, take care of things for school tomorrow. So reading obviously has to take a bit of a backseat until I'm done with that. But I am hopeful that I can get through a good chunk of that today while I like intersperse my reading through other things I need to do. So I have a to-do list. I'm gonna go take care of that, and I will come back and chat with you once I have more of a reading update. As I said, I'll give you some more in-depth thoughts once I hit page like 100-ish. So I'll, 50-ish more pages. I'll come back and chat with you again, and then we will just play it by ear and see how much I can get read today. Hello all, it's like 4:20-ish and I have reached chapter 22, page 100-ish, 102 to be exact. So I wanted to come back and give some thoughts. So this book so far is 3 point of views. We have Wes, we have Ivy, and then we have Bianca. And Bianca is like the administrative assistant at Wes's work. And she is interesting because she has decided that something funky is up with Wes, and she's like digging into his past, I guess. I don't know why, like, it doesn't really say like what it is about him that makes her want to like dig in, but she has a habit of like digging into everyone's personal life. So this is just like something she does. It even like goes back into like her childhood and things like that. So those are our 3 points of view. I have already discussed how Wes and Ivy are absolutely toxic to each other. I feel like she is more of the issue, at least from what we have learned so far, but he is definitely not innocent. So there's an instance where they go on a date. Ivy wears a dress that's like a specific color, and he has it in his head that she's done this on purpose to remind him of like something that happened from their past, when in reality she was not really thinking that. Like, that's not why she picked the dress in that color. She just thought that one looked the best on her. So as I said, there's a lot of history here that we've not really delved into, but there's some pretty extreme behaviors that we've already like flashed back to. For instance, Ivy completely destroyed Wes's car, and there was like fallout from that. This is just not really sure where this is going. Like, obviously I read the synopsis, but I'm not sure how we're going from what we've learned so far to like more of the detective. I believe later on in the book we're gonna perhaps get the detective's point of view as well, so maybe that will help answer some questions. But yeah, there's a lot going on between these two people, and then Bianca's added POV as well. So it's interesting so far, and I'm curious. Mostly I want to know like what the secret is, because clearly there's a secret it's like being referenced in like oblique ways. So obviously I want to know what's going on with that. I want to know what Bianca's point of view is going to like ultimately bring to the story. And I am curious to see where we're going. So I'm going to go ahead and do like another 50 pages. So if I do that, it'll be page 155, chapter 33. So like 11 more chapters, this much. That's not quite halfway through. I would like to get through at least the first half today. So, yeah. That being said, I need to take care of a couple more things off my to-do list. So I think I'm going to read those next 50 pages and then turn and tackle some of this. We got an email from our principal, from my principal, saying that they want us to wear our school shirts tomorrow for the first day of school. So that will change part of what was on my to-do list, because I was going to steam the dress I was going to wear. Now they want us to wear our shirts and jeans. So I need to get that ready, make sure the shirt is not wrinkly. That's not a great first impression. So, yeah. I need to take care of that. I have laundry to put away, but we're going to go ahead and tackle like 50 more pages in this, and then I'll take a pause and take care of some other things that I need to do. But that's the reading update. It's interesting so far, but definitely a super toxic relationship. So the title is definitely fitting, but I will come back and chat with you once I have a little bit more thoughts. Hopefully it will be that halfway point, which is what I tabbed. So that will be chapter 41. So that would ideally be where I hope to get to today, but we'll just play it by ear, and I will come chat with you when I have an update. Hey y'all, I'm back with a reading update. It's almost 9 o'clock, so I've read almost 100 more pages. So I'm on page 182, which is chapter 38. We have gotten the detective's point of view at this point. That's been going on for a while. I think she has like a saving people complex, and she is convinced that Ivy is being abused, which I definitely don't think is what's going on in here. Obviously some more things could come out, because I'm still not even halfway. I'm close, but not quite halfway yet. But definitely I don't get that vibe. That's not what's going on here. I think both Ivy and Wes are horrible to each other equally. So to say that he is the one being abusive towards her, I don't think that's how this is going to play out. But the detective has it in her head that that's what's happening. And so she's really kind of going hard at Wes. And Wes and Ivy are on a current off again part of their relationship, and it's just very it's kind of ridiculous at this point. Like, it is so clear that these two are like terrible for each other, and the way that they like play with each other's emotions and things, it's ridiculous. But that's where we are. So I'm probably going to read up until like that halfway point. So I don't have very much left. 38, 39, 40. So 3 more chapters, I believe. Yeah, 3 more chapters, and then I'll be to the halfway point, which is all I'm going to get to tonight, because it's almost 9 o'clock and I'm tired, and the first day of school is tomorrow. So I will be working on finishing this up over the course of the next few days, and we'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. Right now, the book is readable. It reads pretty quickly once I get into it. I'm not feeling like a whole ton of pull towards the story itself, but once I'm reading it, I'm able to get through it like at a decent pace. So I do wish I had the audio, because then I could like multitask, which switch between things, but I don't, because this is a library book, so I only have the physical copy, so that's cut down on what I've been able to accomplish today. But yes, plugging along. I will chat with you tomorrow and let you know like my full thoughts at the halfway point, and then hopefully we'll do a little bit more reading, assuming I don't come home and immediately fall asleep from the first day. But yeah, I would at least like to do like 50 pages tomorrow, if nothing else. So that's where we are with A Twisted Love Story, and I'm also going to be continuing on the audio of this one, so hopefully I can potentially share some more thoughts on this one as well with you. So yeah, not too shabby of a reading day today, really. I've read over 100 pages in this one, and I read almost 100 pages in this one, so pretty good for today. This is going to extend past the weekend, but now it's time to tackle a couple more things off this to-do list for work tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and prep my breakfast and my lunch for tomorrow. And that might be about it, because your girl's tired. So let's just hope that I can actually sleep tonight, because I have a really bad habit of not being able to sleep the night before school starts, but I'm really tired, so cross your fingers that I can actually get some sleep tonight. But yes, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off for Sunday, and as I mentioned, I will be back tomorrow with more of this, and hopefully I can get more than 50 pages read. Like 100 would be great, but we'll just play it by ear. So yeah, pretty good reading day. Now it's time to tackle more prep work for school tomorrow, get everything packed up so I can just grab it and get out of the house. And I will also report back on how the first day of school went in this video. So see you then.
$2,000 later.
Hello everyone. It's Saturday, August 26th. I didn't vlog at all this week regarding reading. I did do a week in my teacher life. I'll link it up above. That goes up tomorrow. So it's my first week as a school librarian. So check that out if you would like to know what I was doing this past week. But I haven't done any reading on A Twisted Love Story since the last time I came and talked to you, which I believe was Sunday. So I am still on chapter 38, which is page 182. So as I mentioned, today's Saturday. It's actually almost 2 o'clock. I was taking care of some things. I just had lunch. I have to film a video. You can see it behind me. But my goal today is going to be to finish this. So I have 2 books that I want to finish this weekend. One today, one tomorrow. Both of them are like in the process of being read. So I'll talk about the second one once I get there. But today we're gonna finish this. We're gonna finish A Twisted Love Story. I feel like at this point in the book, I might finally get some questions answered that I've had, and it's not a slow read. It reads pretty quickly. I just need to actually sit down and read it. So I am gonna finish this today, and I will come back and chat with you, give you an update, rating, all that kind of stuff. The live show for this is actually Tuesday, but it's like in the middle of the day, so I won't be able to watch it live. Obviously, I am at work, but yes, I do want to finish this so that I can tune into the live show once I'm home from work on Tuesday. So we're gonna finish this. My feelings about it have not changed. I don't feel like a whole lot of interest in picking it back up, but I do want to finish it. I feel like there are some twists still to be had, and I want to know how this is going to end. So we're going to read this. It's just going to take me a while. However, I did finish Big Little Lies by Liane Moriarty, which I was listening to on audio. I'm giving this one 4 stars. I really liked this one. I'm going to probably check out the show, because now I'm curious to see how well they adapted it. But if you've read any other books by her, leave me some recs down below. I would be interested in reading more from her because I really liked this one. There were some laugh out loud funny moments, as happens when you have like children and like mom drama, and the mystery I felt like was really well written. I really didn't know who the murder victim was until it was like actually revealed in the text. And yeah, I really, really liked this one. So, would recommend. I will watch the show. Probably I'll talk about it in some kind of upcoming vlog, let you know my thoughts, but I really liked this. So this was a hold that I believe I put in March, and it finally came in August. So I am glad to have read it though. I really liked the audio, so I would recommend that. And was it worth like a 5-month wait? I don't know, but I did still really enjoy it and would recommend the book. So that is what I did manage to read over the week, but not actually the book that I was meant to be reading, because this vlog was supposed to go up last week, but I wasn't done with the book, so I didn't put the vlog up. So I'm gonna finish this and then I will let you know my thoughts. But first, I need to film this video. It's my September TBR, so that will go up after this vlog, so look for that if you would like to see what I'm reading next month. And it's time to get filming that, and then we'll get reading on this and then hopefully be able to tackle another book tomorrow. So I'll chat with you later on once I have a reading update. I'm gonna go ahead and do like 100 pages and I'll come and chat with you about it. So 100 pages would be about chapter 58. So about 20 chapters, and then I will give you an update and then we'll finish it off. So that's that. I'll see you in a bit. Hello all, it's like 9:30. I finished reading like a half hour or so ago, but A Twisted Love Story is finally finished. I'm giving this 2.5 stars. This was not my favorite. I have already talked earlier in this vlog about my dislike of the characters and of their relationship. I felt like this was just very slow paced in terms of plot. I could read it quickly enough. It wasn't that it was slow to read, but it was slow to get anywhere. So I was going to come back and chat with you, as I mentioned, like with 100 pages having been read, but right at that point, which would have been chapter 58, we finally, so right here, we finally started getting answers to some of the questions that you have had like throughout the entirety of this first part. So I felt like it just took a little too long to start answering questions, and that was frustrating me as a reader. I also just did not love the characters. I felt like, so how do I put this? So the police detective is obviously very interested in saving abused and battered women. Fantastic. However, the way that she was focusing on Ivy specifically as being a battered woman didn't sit very well with me, considering that Ivy and Wes's relationship is not abusive. It's toxic, and it's not something I personally would want to be involved in, but they were not abusing each other. So to put that label on Ivy just feels a little disrespectful to actual abused women and or partners in general. And so I just didn't love that, like, she just was so determined to like save Ivy, and it was really obnoxious to read from her point of view. So because there were so many chapters from her point of view, like in the latter half, it got on my nerves. So I didn't love that. Also didn't love the ending at all. And there's a couple of twists that happen at the ending where you're kind of like, huh, okay, that's interesting. But like one of them, my reaction was to roll my eyes. Like I literally rolled my eyes like dramatically when it was revealed. So I didn't love this book. So, I personally would not recommend this one. I'm going to be honest. I read For Your Own Good. couple years ago. Really did like that one, so I'm not giving up on her as an author. I want to read, I believe it's called My Lovely Wife. Yeah, so there's 2 other books and plus a novella that she's written. So we have My Lovely Wife, He Started It, and then For Your Own Good, which I've read, and then the novella is called Sleeping Dogs Lie. I would be interested in reading her backlist because I did really like For Your Own Good. This book just didn't work for me, so not my favorite. I probably could have DNF'd had I not decided to just like skim a couple of chapters here and there. This very well could have been a DNF because I just wasn't feeling it. To me, the payoff at the ending, like when the truth is revealed, it wasn't a big enough payoff. So this whole book just fell flat. So not my favorite, but it's done. So that means tomorrow I can turn my attention to the book that I started reading like at the start of August and didn't finish. So this is Barbed Wirehart. This is by Tess Sharpe. This is another thriller. It literally says on the cover, a thriller. I started reading this earlier this month. I'll link the vlog where I attempted to read this because I didn't get very far in this one either. I got right here, which is chapter 18, page 104. This one just wasn't working for me at the time. I'm still not sure that it's going to work for me now. I have this listed as on hold on Goodreads, but tomorrow I am going to pick this back up and give it a good try. I'm going to do at least 100 more pages, so that would put me at chapter 33. So I will read this much and then I will come back and chat with you and let you know if I'm going to attempt to finish it. And if I am, I'm going to also attempt to do that tomorrow because I would really like to get this done. This was supposed to be my buzzword pick for August. The buzzword is a body part, so obviously heart. This is also on my 23 and 2023. So I would really like to try to give this a go because I did really love the first book I read by her, and this one just isn't working for me as well. So yeah, also I just realized this is actually adult fiction. I thought it was YA, but no, this is marketed as an adult book. So interesting. The other book I read by her, Far From You, was YA. I gave that one 5 stars. Phenomenal. This one's just not quite doing it for me, and maybe it's that transition from YA to adult. I don't know. But now that just made me think. But if you can see right there, it just says fiction. That's how my library label is adult fiction. So like YA, I don't think I have any YA books checked out, but YA say YA. So I didn't realize this was an adult book. But yeah. I don't love this one. I wasn't loving it. That's why I stopped reading it. But I don't know if it was a me problem or a book problem. So tomorrow we will resume and I will come back and chat with you. I'll give you like an overview and then let you know like my thoughts after those next 100 pages. Again, that vlog is linked if you want to go back and watch my initial thoughts on it. But yeah. This is what I'm going to attempt to finish tomorrow because I need to know if I can actually get through this book or not. I feel like 100 more pages is probably going to tell me if I can. So that's what the plan's going to be. I also have to go grocery shopping tomorrow. But other than that, I don't really have anything else on the agenda. I got my YouTube video filmed. It's been edited and it is in the process of being uploaded. I also got tomorrow's video uploaded. So we're doing well. This vlog's going up Tuesday, regardless of if I finish this or not. So yeah, we're doing well with the video department. So I will chat with you tomorrow about this book and we'll see if I can actually get it read. Hello all, happy Sunday. It's 1:30. I went grocery shopping this morning. I just cooked up the turkey bacon for my wrap for this week's lunch. got that all taken care of, ate some lunch myself. I have been listening to Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. I'm almost done with that. I'm going to have that finished tomorrow. That's a book off of my August TBR, so that is very exciting. But it is now time to turn my attention back to Barbed Wire Heart. So I'm going to go ahead and just give you like a little overview. So in this book, we're following a girl whose name is Harley. Harley is 18, I believe, 18 years old. And her father is like one of the foremost drug runners of her kind of rural, I want to say maybe Appalachian Mountain type area, but rural areas. And basically she is being groomed to take over his drug empire. And she does not want to do that. And this is her story. So this book takes place mostly on like one day. So let me find the date. I talked about this before, but let's see if I can find it. There, June 6th. June 6th, and then each chapter is either like a continuation of June 6th, so like another period of time. So like chapter 10 says 12:15 p.m. Or the chapters are flashbacks, things like I'm 6 years old when, I'm 10 years old when, I'm 17 when. And so we're getting flashbacks of her life and then the present day. So I don't know what it is about this book that wasn't working for me. One of the issues was my connection to the main character. I was having a very hard time kind of getting to know her or like feel for her. So like the emotional connection is lacking, but that's not to say that like it's badly written. I just personally am not feeling it. So as I mentioned, I am going to try another 100 pages, which will get me to chapter 33. And at that point, I will make a decision on whether or not I'm going to finish the book. So that's going to happen today. I'm going to finish it today if I make the decision to do so. It's really going to depend on how these next 100 pages go. Because as I said, the first 100 pages took me just a stupidly long time to get through because I'm just not feeling like an emotional connection. That could change, obviously, but yeah, that's the plan. So I will come back and chat with you once I've read those 100 or so pages. I also need to watch some mandatory videos for my school district because we are being given a stipend for being like a returning staff member, but in order to earn the stipend, we have to watch like 5 mandatory videos outside of work hours. So I'm going to have those playing on my laptop while I'm reading this. There's some quizzes you have to take and stuff like that, but these are videos that I've literally watched every single year since I've been in this school district, which I'm in my 17th year. So the videos haven't really changed. The tests haven't really changed. So I feel like I should be able to click through them with like minimal attention paid to them. So this is going to be the focus. I will come back and chat with you with an update once I have one. And at that point, I will let you know if this is going to be a DNF or not. Hello all, it's 4:20. I have officially read 100 more pages of Barbed Wire Heart. I do think this was a problem with me and not the book because I am definitely more interested at this point. So I've gone ahead and marked out with my little tab right here the next 100 pages. So the next part will put me at chapter 44. There are 401 pages in the book, so I'll have a little less than 100 pages left to finish, and hopefully I can get it done today. So we're gonna go ahead and chug away at the next 100 pages after I have a snack because I'm hungry. But yes, enjoying it a lot more. Some questions have been answered, which I'm appreciative of. There's still some things that I'm wondering about, which hopefully will be answered in the next 100 pages, but it's definitely going better than the first time I tried to read this. So I will come back with an update once I've read 100 more pages. Okay, y'all, it's almost 9:30 and I did just finish Barbed Wire Heart. So this one is a bit difficult for me to rate. So I didn't love this, and as you know, it took me almost the entire month to like feel the urge to like pick it back up and read it. The middle part, so those from page like 100 to 200, I found that really compelling. But the rest of the book was just kind of okay. I did grow to like Harley more as a character. I could understand her motivation, but I think the style that this was written in with like the flashback chapters and the present day chapters didn't really work for me. I felt like it made the storyline a little bit clunky, and I'm not sure that all of those flashbacks were necessary. Some of them were obviously very pivotal to the plot, but others of them I just kind of felt like it could have been skipped. This book felt very long for only being 401 pages. The font is like kind of small. The margins aren't huge, so 400, you know, I don't know, it just felt longer, is what I'm trying to say. It felt like a longer book than 400 pages. I was skimming some of the chapters towards the end, particularly like the flashback chapters, and kind of just like picking out what was like necessary to move the plot forward. And yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking like 3 stars is honestly what I'm thinking, which is a bummer because I really loved Far From You. She has another, well, actually she has 2 books, but she has 2 other books that are both YA, and I do kind of feel like that may be her niche. The most recent one she came out with is actually totally different than everything else. It's like a contemporary romancy type thing, with like a sapphic romance, which I'm very intrigued by and do want to read. I'm gonna see if my library has it and try to read it at some point. But this one was not my favorite. So yeah, I'm gonna give it 3 stars. There were parts that I liked. There was actually like one little section where like I teared up a little bit, and so I was thinking, oh, okay, here we go. We're finally going to like get somewhere, but that never repeated. And I still ultimately never felt like super connected to Harley as a character or the plot itself. Although I did, as I said, grow to like her more. So yeah, not my favorite, but it's done. This was my buzzword, as I mentioned, so we can check 2 books off for this weekend: A Twisted Love Story and this one. So that's pretty darn good. I'm also really close to finishing Murder on the Orient Express. That's going to be done tomorrow. So not too shabby. A way to check some books off. I still have two books from my August TBR that I haven't read yet. So we'll see what happens. But as for this vlog, we're officially done with it. So I hope you enjoyed coming along on what was supposed to be a weekend reading vlog and turned into like a full week plus reading vlog. But if you did enjoy, please leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more from me. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.